What is up, everybody? Shauna D Man here, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are having yourselves a great week so far. We are back because it is finally here. The first trailer for Avengers Doomsday, which is set to release, I believe, December 18th of this year, in an already jam-packed month of December, because it is going up against the likes of um, Dune 3, and then obviously the HBO Harry Potter series is going to be going on during that time as well. Although that probably is not going to really make much of a difference, but from a movie standpoint, it's going to be going head to head with Dune. So that's going to be very interesting to see. Now, we haven't really talked about Doomsday a lot, except for like maybe a couple of months ago. Let me see if I could find it. It's been a while. Since I had actually talked about anything Doomsday related. And one of the things we did was we talked about some potential leaks uh, that came that came online. Let's see. This was, where are you at? I know it was pretty far back, to be quite honest. Um, oh yeah, it was. This was back in March, so about 4 months ago is the last time I talked about anything Doomsday related. So, but recently, a couple of weeks ago, the entire plot for Avengers Doomsday was apparently leaked online. I have not seen it. I didn't really want to do a video on it, primarily because I kind of want to go into it without knowing, even though there are some stuff that a lot of people have confirmed that they saw in the trailer is some of the stuff so far that we've seen or that was leaked. Um, I mean, you remember starting last year, they were doing these little mini minute clips of Doomsday related stuff where you had like Ben Grimm meeting the Wakandans, Thor and his daughter, just stuff like that. Um, so now we are going to see what this trailer is going to be. It is a jam packed cast. I don't think there's a runtime just yet. Let me just um, double check real quick. I don't think there is. Okay, so it is reported that this is going to be a 2 hour and 45 minute film, which will make it the second longest one in the MCU, right behind Avengers Endgame. So, a long movie, jam packed cast, but a lot of people are, it's like, how are you going to juggle all of these characters? There's just so many. You have the Fox X-Men, you got the new Avengers, you got Sam Wilson's Avengers, the Fantastic Four, the Wakandans, apparently Namor, Shang-Chi. There's so much here. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch it regular first, and then what we'll do is maybe go back and just slow things down, break it down, and just take a look at some stuff like that. So the trailer itself is about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, almost 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So I am very interested to see on how this will go. So let's jump into the first trailer for Avengers Doomsday. Let's go.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision. I've fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one. Everything that they sacrifice will be for nothing if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles. Presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. But mark my words. We're going to need a miracle. Hey, pal. It's not possible.
Oh, they're still doing that. All right, so that is essentially the first trailer for Avengers Doomsday. Now, again, I can't really reference the plot leaks that came out a couple weeks ago. There have been other people who have covered it, so we're just going to go. We're going to start at the beginning, and so one of the first things I remember. So one of the first things we know about this film is um, because if you remember back in March when I did the video, it's been a couple of months. I know when I talked about Doomsday, what there are several different plot points within the movie that could be true, but that could be rewritten. One of the things is the Fox X-Men, where apparently now you could probably go and listen to Gary Neurotic. He's talked about this on several episodes of Friday Night Tides and just several different videos and stuff like that. But one of the things we know is we don't see it here, but apparently both Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man um, die on Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man world. Like the X-Men are having to go to these worlds and basically let those worlds die so their world, the Fox X-Men world, can survive. Um, so that's one of the things. So we do kind of see that here. Um, looks like it looks like something's happening here. Now I don't remember if this was in one of the clips that showed Magneto and Xavier talking, but you just definitely see that there's some kind of explosion happening here. Um, maybe he's watching another world get destroyed potentially. Um, so we don't get a full look at Doctor Doom, but we do get a little bit of a look here with him. Um, it does look quite interesting. So it does look like Thor is going to encounter Doom first in the movie for the most part. We see at the end of the trailer where Doom just basically blocks Thor. So um, now I guess another question is this the same Doctor Doom? Because if you remember, at the end of Fantastic Four First Steps, there is a post credit scene after after Reed and Sue's son is born. It's been like a couple of months, and Sue walks in on their son with somebody in a hooded green cloak with Doctor Doom's mask. So is this the same Doctor Doom? That is going to be a question because we do know the Fantastic Four somehow leave their universe and make it to the 616 universe. Because again, at the end of Thunderbolts, you see that they track the Fantastic Four ship entering their universe. So there's still some questions on some things like that. But obviously we get like Thor's monologue over and everything. We got the new Avengers Tower here. Um, Let me see. There was also yeah, because if you remember when we got the clip of Ben meeting the Wakandans, we didn't see anybody else. We just saw Ben, but it does look like all of the Fantastic Four are going to be there. You got uh, Reed, looks like probably Sue behind them, Ben, Johnny, Thor right here. So I'll be curious to see how Thor encounters the Fantastic Four because they're together, they're meeting. Got Paul Rudd. I think another thing that Gary mentioned is that there are going to be people. So the thing with Marvel is they are going to plan basically do like a soft reboot after Secret Wars. So he mentioned how Paul Rudd's Ant-Man is supposed to die in this movie. We get Sam Wilson as Cap, Bucky, um, because apparently there's supposed to be like two separate teams of Avengers. At least from my understanding, you have the Yelena Avengers, and then you have Bucky's, or you have Sam's Avengers. So curious to see what that lineup is. Don't really know much about it. So anyway, and so here we got a shot: Thor, Ant Man, Sam, the Fantastic Four. They're miss. They are missing their son, so I am curious about that. Now, I wonder if this plays into a rumor about the. I don't know if it's real or not, but there was a rumor that potentially Doom was like stealing kids or the sons of these heroes, or not sons, but the children of these heroes. So, like for instance, like Thor's daughter, maybe the Fantastic Four son. That's why we saw. That's why we saw that post credit scene at the end of First Steps. Um, and then we have everybody else here: John Walker, uh, Red Guardian, Yelena. Can't tell. There's like two people side by side here. Probably Bucky and Ghost. So this is probably taking place after Thor encounter Doom. I think that's coming up next. Namor is also here as well. Shuri and Black, the Wakandans and Black Panther, M'Baku. Curious on what this scene is about. Looks like very much hostile, like hostile. Doesn't look like Shuri's Black Panther suit has changed a lot from what we saw in Wakanda Forever. So, this is where we get Thor encountering Doom. They got the X Mansion, Cyclops in his traditional uniform. Love it. Looks great. Gambit and Shang Chi fighting. That was another thing too. There's supposed to be like an Avengers versus X-Men style of thing, conflict happening in the movie. So this is probably something that we see here. Shang Chi versus Gambit, which is Channing Tatum's back. So I guess Channing Tatum is a Fox X-Men. Um, TVA got Loki. Yeah, and this is from, although interesting enough, when we got that clip of Ben meeting M'Baku and Shuri, the water wasn't here. So they add this. So this is after the fact. So this was always part of the scene. They just edited it out or just didn't have it in at the time. Um, but yeah, this is, and everybody else here too. Everybody else was not here. It was just M'Baku, Shuri, and Ben. So they were all cut out of the scene because maybe a lot of people speculated that, oh, the rest of the Fantastic Four aren't here. I wonder where they are. No, they're here. They were just cut out. So you got Yelena here. There's Herbie in the background. Pedro Pascal. And then Mystique looks. I love that. Looks great. And then obviously you got Yelena versus Yelena, Magneto and Charles. Uh, Paul Rudd and Cassie Lang. You know, a lot of people did not like the recasting of the daughter, but there's that. That just I feel like that just leads into the fact that Paul Rudd's probably going to die with that little scene. Johnny and I don't really know who this is. Could be Sue. I like the jackets actually. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the jackets. I mean, Sue and Shuri acknowledging themselves. I think that may be Beast. No, that's Gambit. So that was just Gambit. So this looks like to be they travel to the Fox X-Men world, and that's where this is going to take place. Now we've seen this clip before, Cyclops, and then there's Sentinels walking around in the back. We got Sue, Namor, Thor, and this is where like I was talking about how strong is Doom, because like look at this, he just stops it without like a single like with not much effort. So it's pretty crazy. And then obviously we already knew Cap was coming back and things like that. I feel like I feel like this scene was leaked several months back, a couple of months ago. I feel like that was leaked because I remember people talking about it. I remember seeing it like maybe more on Twitter than anything else. So, but yeah. So yeah, so we got them. We got these two back together, and then obviously we get the Avengers um, logo, the countdown, and all that stuff. So it is an interesting trailer for sure. And I think we get Robbie Downey Jr.'s Doom voice at the beginning. Let's see.
Something we may not be able to deter.
Yeah, yeah. So that's Doom doing a voiceover in the beginning, then it switches to Thor. Um, yeah, it is going to be quite interesting on how this movie plays out, especially with the like the plot leaks again. They could be 100% real, and so that's gonna be interesting going in and because a lot of people have read the plot leak that was out there, and a lot of people are just kind of like, they don't know about this. There's so many characters to juggle, and for instance, we haven't even seen Nightcrawler. Now we do know Nightcrawler is in this movie. Um, I'm trying to think if there's anybody else, but it is a very crowded movie. You're introducing some characters that people probably forgot about or didn't even care to like do homework on, like Yelena, Red Guardian, because they didn't see those movies or anything like that. Um, because this is supposed to, so this is going to be this, and then it's supposed to lead into Secret Wars. Because let's not forget, I believe originally Spider-Man: Brand New Day was supposed to come out after Doomsday. It was supposed to come out between Doomsday and Secret Wars. Like we don't know about Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange. We haven't seen him since Multiverse of Madness. We don't even know if there's a Doctor Strange 3 even happening. Um Zode, that's another character that's missing. Hulk doesn't seem to be in it. Although I think Spider-Man Brand New Day is supposed to address, maybe not address in quotations on why they're not involved in this situation. So that could be it. There could be a reason for it. Um, and so we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot here. We got a couple of months to go. We got 4 months. No, we got 5 months to go before Avengers Doomsday arrives. I'm pretty sure we'll get another trailer probably closer to more information about it. So we'll see. We'll see. But guys, that is basically it. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button, comment below. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a great one.